Well, I mean, after knocking off Australia 3-1, world number 2 USA took on world number 5 Sweden, which is a team that's proven troublesome for this team in the past. 3 of the Americans' last 7 losses have come against the Swedes, and to boot, they were facing a coach who once led them to 2 gold medals. And here that coach is former Team USA coach Pia Sundhage, now coaching the Swedes, greeting her former assistant and current USA coach Jill Ellis. Now here, 22nd minute, maybe a little bit of controversy. Sweden on the corner kick, great cross in the box. The ball hits Sydney Leroux in the arm. You take a look there, and she seems to stick her arm out, but the handball is called. Later in the half, Sweden with another opportunity. Hope Solo doing everything she can to keep it out. Everybody around, and somehow just punches that ball away. Second half, Team USA started to get chances. Carly Lloyd with a header that's off the mark. And looking for more offense, they bring in Abby Wambach at the 67th mark. Now Wambach here, taking the cross, heads it off the ground and just over the bar. And here in the 76th minute, Sweden creating something off the corner. But Megan Klingenberg here with the save of the day, right? USA and Sweden in scoreless in a draw. And joining us now to review tonight's game, Aztec women's head soccer coach Mike Friesen, who's actually coached against at least 5 of the players on this women's team, including Sydney Leroux. Mike, I appreciate you being here.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Now, when you take a look at this, I mean, nobody scored, but what's the statement that the women made in this one?
You know, I think the statement is a little bit of a non-statement for the U.S. You know, I think what they wanted to do and come in is prove that they were one of the top teams in the world and they want to win the World Cup. But unfortunately tonight, I thought they showed that they're missing some things in the attack, especially, and we really resorted to having to play some long balls from the flank and try and win some headers and trying to win the game off set pieces.
Why do you think they weren't able to capitalize on some of those late opportunities?
You know, I think a lot of it is just Sweden did a good job in defending those set pieces, and it was a competitive game, and it was pretty evenly matched. So I don't think it was anything we did poorly. It was just we didn't really create chances other than off of those set pieces, like I said. And,
you know, as a coach, how do you feel about the decision to bring in Abby Wambach, you know, in that 67 mark?
Yeah, I think that was something they decided, you know, after the 60-plus minutes of the game where they weren't creating chances with what they had up top, and that most of the chances were coming off crosses or set pieces, is to bring in the player that's probably the best in the world in the air.
And, you know, we mentioned former U.S. women's coach Pia Sundhage. She'd made some comments a few months ago that have come out about Carly Lloyd and Hope Solo being difficult to coach. It's kind of sparked the team in some ways. How do you think the team has responded to that, and what do you think she really meant by those comments?
You know, I don't really know what she meant by the comments, but I think, you know, they were from a few months ago, and I think she was just being asked about what it was like to coach the U.S. team, and I don't think anything was over the top in terms of what she said. I'm not sure she should have said much about coaching, you know, the team she used to coach, but hopefully the players are professional and they're really focused on their own performance. That's my hope for our team, is that we're just focused on what we need to do to try and win the World Cup.
Sometimes the most difficult part in these situations is just drowning out the noise. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And coming up later on, we'll talk to you a little bit more about what this team needs to do to lift the cup for the first time since 1999.